Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. My name's Alyssa and I build Lego sets as well as film lifestyle type videos. So today's going to be a continuation of the Lego set that I've been building recently. And that is the Nightmare Before Christmas Lego set, as you can see. In part 1 and 2, we made the townhouse. And then we also have quite a few minifigures with it as well. And then part 3, which was the last video, I was able to start half of Jack's house. And so we have the rest of Jack's house we're going to work on today. So we're just going to go ahead and start with part 10 and go from there. Okay, so part 10 looks like it's gonna be another section of his house, so it'll probably just sit on top. And this one looks a little bit bigger than the one I did last week. We don't have any minifigures to start out with, so we'll just kind of start building Jack's house. Recently, my YouTube channel has hit a very big milestone for me. A month or two ago, I hit 1,000 subscribers, and I am so grateful for every single one of you that watches my videos every week, comments on my videos, everything like that. I really appreciate all the support that I've gotten through my channel and everything. I started this channel in November of last year, so it's been almost a year, which is so crazy to me that I've been sticking with this for that long, and all of you guys have been watching. And so my very first video that I posted on this YouTube channel was a Lego video, and I believe it was like an X-Wing or something like that. And I was so extremely shy and quiet, and I didn't understand too well about like editing and everything like that. And throughout the time, I've slowly been able to kind of figure all of that out and everything. And in my first video, I talked a lot about getting to know me and questions I've gotten before and just things about me and stuff like that. So I thought that now, since I have 1,000 of you watching me, that I would kind of recreate that and talk about things about me. Some things I've talked about before, and for those who are new here, you'll get to learn that about me. And some of these things, I don't know if I've ever talked about these. So basically, I went on to ChatGPT and I asked it to give me a list of questions to get to know me, and I'm just gonna kind of go through those in this video. I'm also going to finish with the last of my Hawaii trip. I think I have like a day or two left to talk about with you guys, but that's kind of where this video is gonna go. Okay, so my first question is, what is my name and do I have any nicknames? So my name is Alyssa. My middle name is Nicole, so sometimes I go by Nicole, sometimes I go by Alyssa. People have also called me Liss, L-Y-S-S. My friends growing up, some of them would call me that. I don't really have any other nicknames, I don't think. And then my second question is, where are you from? So I actually get this question a lot, and it's something that I don't really talk about, but I live in California, and that's about as specific as I feel like getting with complete strangers. So I'm just gonna go on to the next question. Okay, my next one is, what is my zodiac sign? So my birthday is in September. I believe it is either the first or the last of my zodiac. I believe I'm a Libra. I'm not super into like zodiac signs and all of that stuff. I know there's a lot of people out there who are, but just not my thing. And that's about all I know about it. I'm a Libra. The next one is, do I have any pets? And yes, I have 3 cats. They are the center of my attention all the time. I work from home and I have very clingy, very sweet cats. I do have a video introducing you to all my cats. If you're interested, you can definitely find it on my channel, or I will try and figure out how I can link my own videos on my video. I'll see if I can figure that out. If I can, it'll be linked in this video. My next question is, what is my favorite color? So I have a couple. My hair's pink, so one of my favorite colors is pink, but not like a super bright pink. It's more of like a dusty rose type of color, so I love that color. I'm also a big fan of black. I like anything with that color basically. And I'm also a really big fan of forest green. So I'd say those 3 are probably my top favorite colors. Okay, my next one is going to be coffee or tea. So I love the taste of coffee and I love all of the coffee drinks and everything like that, but I have to really limit myself on how much coffee I drink because it doesn't always agree with me. If I drink too much, it makes me feel like I'm gonna have a heart attack. So taste-wise, I definitely would probably choose coffee, but I can drink so much more tea than I can coffee, so I guess my answer is both. I'm really into chai lattes too. If I just like want a little quick like pick-me-up or something, I do really love chai lattes. Okay, my next question is, what is my favorite movie? That is such a difficult question. I am one of those people that I love to watch things for the first time. So once I've seen it once and I know what's gonna happen, it kind of, I don't typically like to rewatch them, and it like loses its specialty, I guess you want to say. But if I was gonna choose, there may be a couple. I love the movie The Greatest Showman. I can watch that movie over and over and over and over. So I'd say that is probably like my top movie right now. But I also just love like random movies, so like I love Beetlejuice, and then Night Before Christmas is a great movie. And for Christmas time, my favorite movie is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation or something like that. That is like has become one of my favorite Christmas movies. And I only recently watched it for the first time, maybe like 2 years ago. When I was younger, I used to be super into romance and like rom-coms and stuff like that. So I used to love, I think it was called 10 Things I Hate About You. It was the one with like Heath Ledger in it. I used to love that movie. I swear, it's like these pieces aren't that tiny, but I'm having such a hard time finding what I need. Here it is. Okay, next question. Okay, what is your favorite TV show or series? So, same kind of thing. If I've seen it before, I typically won't try and watch it again. But so I'm a huge fan of Friends. I actually hated the show the first time I watched it, and then I watched it again and it ended up being one of my favorites. I'm also a huge fan of Frasier, and I don't know if you guys know this, but they just recently released the new episodes of the 2nd season of the new Frasier, if that makes sense. So that's one of my favorites now too. And then this year I watched Clone Wars for the first time, and I think that's also gotta be one of my top ones now too. I miss watching it for the first time. Like, I feel like I was really able to appreciate what it was at the time because I have heard so much about it and everything like that, and I already know about Star Wars and everything, and so it was Star Wars is already a favorite for me, and so I think that Clone Wars is now part of my favorite TV series, I guess. And it breaks my heart every time I see all of these edits on TikTok from Clone Wars, and I cry every single time I see those now. But that for sure is one of my favorite series now. I love Ahsoka and Anakin and all the clones. Like, it breaks my heart to watch Bad Batch and see all the clones not the clones anymore. And so like I kind of stopped watching Bad Batch because it just wasn't the same. I really like New Girl. I started watching that show, it was probably like 7 years ago, and every once in a while I'll put it on again, and such a great show. Schmidt is hilarious. Okay, my next question is, what is your go-to comfort food? Okay, so if we're talking like meals, I have had a hyperfixation, like obsession with these Italian chopped sandwiches, and I love a good sandwich. If I could live off of one food for the rest of my life, I think it would be a sandwich. I love sandwiches. That sandwich is absolutely delicious. I make it every single week, multiple times. I've been thinking about making a Saturday series video about it, if I haven't already, because I might make it before you guys are actually seeing this video. So that is my like obsession right now. And then if we're talking about like snacks, I love hot Cheetos and Sour Patch, but I've been really trying to not eat terrible anymore and work on my health and like the food that I eat and everything. So I've been limiting myself on how much of that I've been eating, but I think that those would probably be like my favorites. And then my next question, what hobbies do you enjoy? Okay, so I don't know what you want to consider a hobby or not, but I'm just going to kind of tell you guys my favorite things to do and things I like and stuff like that, whatever. So I love to travel and go new places. It is probably my favorite thing to do. It's why I work so hard and why I love to work for myself, because I can travel and go places when I want to. That is basically my like main goal in life right now, is to travel as much as I possibly can. If we're talking about just like things at home that I do, I'm a really big on like crocheting. My aunts taught me when I was pretty young how to crochet and how to create things. I also got that from my mom. My mom is a very creative person, and so I definitely got that too. So when I was younger, I would try to like sew my own clothes and like do things like that, and I loved doing all of that, and I love that that's my job now. I basically get to create things for people and put my own creative spin on things, and I love doing all of that and making things so unique and everything. So I'd say, I guess those are my hobbies. Being creative, I guess. I was never really good at sports when I was younger, so I tried out for volleyball when I was in middle school and I did not make it. And then in high school, I really wish I was a little more outgoing and that I would have tried out for swim, because I love to swim, I love the water, I love everything about it. That is one of my only regrets I have from when I was growing up. But instead, I worked. I got a job when I was 16 and I worked as much as I possibly could. I had grown up in a family where I was taught, you know, to always work as hard as you can and everything, and all of those values, which I really appreciate from my parents and everything. It has made me be able to know that I will succeed in everything that I put my mind to, basically. And it's one of the qualities that I really like about myself, is that when I put my mind to something, there's nothing that'll get in my way to stop me, basically. I don't remember what question I was on, but so my next question is, do I have any tattoos or piercings? Well, as you can tell, I have no tattoos and I have no piercings. I started getting tattoos when I believe I was like 19, and I got 2 little tattoos on my ankle. It was a cross and an anchor. And then after that, I was addicted. I love the whole aspect of getting this artwork like tattooed on me and stuff like that. Basically, growing up, I always knew that I wanted tattoos. And so a week after I had gotten my first tattoo, I had made my next appointment to start my sleeves. And I always knew growing up that I wanted a nautical sleeve and I wanted a floral sleeve. So I started with the floral. I have very few that have like specific meaning other than because I like the tattoo. It is my family's birth flowers. I kind of showed my artist all the flowers I wanted, and he drew them all up, and then we just kind of placed them everywhere on my arm, and that's kind of how that started. And then later, in the end of that year, is when I started the nautical sleeve, and I just kind of gave him a list of all the sea life that I wanted on my sleeve, and he just kind of did the same thing. Drew up everything that I wanted, and then he tried to do some like watercolor water in between all of my sea creatures, and that's kind of how those started. And then of course I went to my legs and I started like a nautical sleeve-ish, and I kind of changed the style that I was into as well. I didn't really like American traditional tattoos when I first started getting tattooed, and now it is my favorite. So it's kind of how that started. But now I have a sleeve where basically I collect tattoos everywhere that I travel. So it gets kind of expensive, and it's kind of hard to figure out like artists and everything, especially since I have to figure out different artists in every single place I go. So I have a couple tattoos that I haven't gotten yet for the places that I've traveled, but majority of them that I have, they're all American traditional tattoos, and I've kind of realized that I've started a theme of food basically throughout my traveling tattoos. And so I've gotten a couple new ones this year. Last year, I don't think I got a single tattoo. I didn't get a single tattoo last year. But I'm glad to be continuing the rest of it this year and everything like that. I do have piercings. That was another question on there. I have quite a few, and mostly on my ears, and then I do have some on my face, on my nose, and everything. My next question, what is your dream vacation destination? Okay, so I've done a lot of travel in the US lately, and my goal for 2025 and for like a dream vacation is to travel Europe. A lot of you may know I was supposed to go to Europe in 2020, and then COVID shut down and I had to cancel everything that I had booked basically. I was gonna go on a 6-week Europe trip and spend about a week in all these different places, and I had to cancel everything. So I think that is probably my dream vacation. Okay, my next question. What is a fun fact about you most people don't know? Let's see. A fun fact that most people don't know. Okay, so some people do know this about me, but I'm gonna tell you guys anyways. It was probably 5 years ago. I had a chance to be part of Machine Gun Kelly's music video for the song I Think I'm Okay. And it was one of the coolest experiences I have ever been part of, basically. I had just happened to be going on a trip to Disneyland. I was in LA, and MGK had posted on his story that he wanted his fans in his brand new music video. The song hadn't been released yet, so I went to apply and I was able to get in. And I had been there for like 12 hours that day, and there was so much filming, all these other people, so I got to meet Travis Barker and Youngblood. One of Miley Cyrus's sisters were there. Maud's son was there. It was just all these people. So I think that was a fun fact about me, I guess. Okay, so we are officially done with bag number 10. So we haven't yet been able to put this on top of the rest of his house, but this is as far as we've gotten so far, so able to make a little bit of the next level. And then now we're gonna go on to part 11, and then I'll kind of talk about a little bit more of the questions that I kind of started. Okay, we don't have any minifigures in this one, so I'm just gonna kind of get started on the next little portion. I don't really know where this is yet. I think it might be the back of this little house thing. And I'm also gonna go on to my next question. So my next one, what is your favorite type of music or band? So I don't really have like a specific genre, I guess. I think my favorite is more of that like pop punk type of alternative music. I listen to the same music I did in high school, and it's just what I've always been into. But I also like all these random music. So like I used to be super into country at one point, and you know, I like MGK, and some of his stuff is more rap. So like I guess that's kind of my genre, if you want to say. And then my next question, do you prefer books, movies, or video games? So I kind of found out recently that I am a little dyslexic, so books are not my strong suit. I wish I could sit down and just read a book, and I can't. I have to reread things so many times to comprehend what's going on, and it's just not the most fun for me. And then, as a lot of you guys know, I recently just started getting into video games, so I've been playing the Switch recently. My favorite game to play on there is the Harry Potter game. I am stuck on this one part, and I've been on the same part for like 3 weeks now trying to get past it, and so I haven't really been playing as much, but I play a little bit. But if I was gonna choose, I definitely would prefer movies, especially any new movies I haven't seen or anything like that. Okay, and then the next one, are you an early bird or a night owl? So I am not a morning person at all. I hate mornings. I don't like being woken up. So I would say I am more of a night owl, but I also don't like staying up super late either. But I would say I'm more of a night owl than I am a morning person. Next one, what inspired you to start your YouTube channel? So basically, I had been on social media for a little while. I had an Instagram for a little while that I had been kind of growing a little bit. It's not super huge, but it took me a while to get where I am now. I kind of slowed down a little bit on posting as much as I used to and everything, but I thought that I could be doing more, and so I kind of came up with this idea to start building Legos and kind of film it. I think it's so much fun to do now, and then eventually I added the Saturday series onto it, and I just get to show different parts of my life basically, and I don't know, it's been a lot of fun so far. I like building all the sets and everything. And then my next question, what's your favorite Lego set to build? So as you guys can see, I have built so many already. Every single one that is up on this shelf I have a video for, and you know, I think so far my favorite one is this one. I love The Nightmare Before Christmas. I love that it's a larger set and everything, and I love all just like the spooky aspects of it. Like Halloween is my favorite by far, of just the vibe and everything like that. I think Halloween is just so fun. I also really like putting on all the stickers. I think that's also one of my favorite parts of building Legos. I know a lot of people hate it, but I like the sticker portion. It kind of gives the plain pieces a little bit more character and everything, so I love all the detail that is in this set. Okay, the next, do you have a favorite season or holiday? So I guess I kind of said that already. I love Halloween. I love the whole like dressing up, and I love all of the colors, the orange, the black, the green, the white, all of that. Love the spooky season. I love all the movies that come along with it. I'm a very big horror movie fan. That's something I get from my mom. We used to watch a lot of horror movies when I was growing up. Not when I was super young, but like a little bit older. Yeah, I love just everything about Halloween. But for like the holiday, I think that my favorite is Christmas, just because it's all like you're around family and just like the time of year and everything. So I guess it's a mix between those two. My next question, do I collect anything? So I guess you could say that I collect Legos. I have quite a big collection, and then I also collect Star Wars helmets. So you can kind of see them at the top, but I also have another row up there too. In some of my videos where I talk about like my shelving system, I show you all of the helmets that I have, and as my collection has grown with that, I've officially run out of room on the top two shelves to put more helmets. So I think I want to put another shelf up top and put some more helmets up there when I get more of them. I think that's kind of the only thing I really collect. I have a lot of jersey shirts from Disney, so maybe I can count that as a collection, but I like those because I can also wear them, but they're so comfy when it's cold out, and so cute to wear at Disney and everything. So both of those I guess are considered my collection. Okay, my next question. What's your favorite type of content to create? I don't really know. I like to build the Legos, and that's really cool. I also like some of my Saturday series stuff where I've done like my hair videos and some cooking videos. Those are also really fun to make. So I guess I will say that those couple are. Your next question, what's one thing on your bucket list? I guess that's really just to travel as much as I can, really. Kind of my goal right now in life is to just travel as much as I possibly can and everything, so I guess I will say that that's what it is for me. That's all of the questions that I really have for myself. If you guys have more for me, feel free to comment down below, and maybe I will make a video of all the questions that you guys have for me. Okay, so we are officially done with part 11, and we're able to attach the top to the rest of the building, and then also we added a bunch of detail inside the little house. So that was pretty cool. All those little things in there. I hope you guys can see that. So now we're gonna go on to bag 12, which is gonna be the last one for Jack's house, and I don't think there's very many in here, so. Okay, we don't have any minifigures in here, so we're just gonna go along with the rest of the house, and it looks like this is gonna be the roof part. It's all black and orange, a lot of black and orange, actually. But I also thought that I would kind of go over my last day while I was in Hawaii and just kind of finish off the rest of my trip with you guys. So I didn't have a super eventful last day. I just did some more relaxing things. So I did this breakfast coffee cruise the last time I was in Hawaii, and typically they have a full boat, but that time that I went last time, it was just like me, basically. So no one else booked it. And so I decided to do it again, and it happened again where no one else booked it. So it was really nice to basically, like, I had a private boat that provided breakfast and pastry type of things. So that was really cool. It was like an hour and a half-ish long, and we just went out for a little bit, tried to see if there was any wildlife we could see while we were on the boat. We did see a turtle come to the surface, but that was kind of it. It was just a very beautiful, relaxing day. When that was done, basically just went back to shore, and I walked to PF Chang's. I was pretty hungry for like lunch. We didn't really have like that filling of food. So I went there, and then I had some of their like sushi rolls they have. Sometimes it was just so nice to just go to PF Chang's and know that I'm gonna like everything there. So then after that, I went and walked to the little mall area, and I had some malasadas. If you guys don't know what those are, they're basically like different shaped donuts. You can get them filled or you can get them plain, and then they put like sugar on the outside of them. They're really good. So I got some of those. I tried a new place this time, and because last time I went to Leonard's Bakery, and that's a pretty well-known place for malasadas. But I tried something new, and I did not like it as much, so go to Leonard's. And then after that, I just walked back to my hotel, and I just kind of hung out there for a little while, and then I was gonna have a catamaran little booze cruise again. So I waited for that, and then I just walked down to where you check in for everything, and got back on the boat, had a bunch of drinks, so good. This one is a little longer because it wasn't a fireworks one. The fireworks one is only one day a week because they only do fireworks on that Friday. Got off the boat, went to the pastrami place again, had dinner, and at that point, my trip was kind of over. That was my last full day. The next morning, just basically got ready to go and went to the airport and went back home. But I always hate the plane rides on the way home. I always like them on the way there because it's like you're excited for whatever trip you're gonna be on, but now it's just you're going home, and that also kind of sucks. My flight ended up getting delayed a little bit. It took forever to board people. People lose all common sense when it comes to getting on a plane, and I don't really understand why, but it took forever, and the flight attendants were getting so annoyed with everyone that wouldn't just sit down. So it took forever to take off. And then finally in the air, it takes forever to get there, but the pilots were able to get us there on our original time, just barely. And then when we got to where we were supposed to be, we landed, and there was another plane that was in our gate where we were supposed to be let off. So we had to basically sit on the tarmac until they could figure out a place for us to get off. And by that time, it was like an hour and a half later. It was so frustrating because it was like we were already there. They just couldn't find a place to put us. So eventually they figured it out, and we were able to get off, and so many people didn't make their connecting flights because of this, but thankfully that was my last stop and everything. So that's one of the reasons why I hate having multiple stops when I'm flying, because something always goes wrong for me. I finally was able to get off and everything, and by the time I got to the car, it was 2 hours later. Like, it was so ridiculous. And it was at night too. Okay, we have been able to finish the roof of Jack's little house, and I think we're kind of done with Jack's. So let me see if I can kind of turn this around a little bit. Well, his house turned out so cute. I love how it looks and all the detail that they put into his house and everything. I think that's where we're gonna stop for this video. I believe I just have a little bit left, so maybe one more video left. But before I sign off, please leave any comments you have for me down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell to make sure you stay updated on all my future videos. And with that, I will see you guys in my next video.